So how many of you in the room love fortune cookies? Anyone? Lots of hands going up. Well, I consider myself a fortune cookie hoarder. Not because of the cookies, but because of the inspiration in these little gems. So I am an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since 2004. I've held successful businesses in marketing and event planning, and even led a national group for women entrepreneurs, for mom entrepreneurs. And in 2015, I found myself in an incredible entrepreneurial funk. Anyone get me here? Find yourself in this funk. You find yourself wondering, what am I going to be when I grow up? I had just come off of a successful event I was holding in Huntington Beach, and I couldn't find what my purpose was anymore. It was gone. And I found myself in a complete Netflix and bonbon binge, trying to figure it out, and something kept calling to me. I picked myself back up. I got help. I got the coaching that I needed, and somehow I heard this voice saying, I think you're ready to start working with startups. I think you're ready to start working with college students. And I'm like, college students? Shoot. I haven't even been to college since 2001, since I graduated. I didn't even know a single soul at Arizona State University. Go Sun Devils. But I listened, because that's what you do. Something tells you inside that you've got this passion, and you listen. So months later, still wondering, how is this all going to work out? I end up finding someone, meeting through a mutual friend, the gentleman who was head of Changemaker Central at ASU, who was part of inspiring these young entrepreneurial minds, Adam. And he asked me within 1 hour of us meeting, Tisha, I think you would be an incredible speaker at my startup summit. Okay, I'm listening. So the day that I was to go out there and speak, I'm on the second floor of the W.P. Carey School of Business parking garage. And what do I find when I open my door? Fortune cookie. Wrapped in perfect condition, laying next to my car. As soon as I open my door, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have got to open this up. Curiosity is getting the best of me. It is calling my name. I pick it up, I rip that open, and you want to know what it said? I know you want to know what it said. It said, your investment in time will lead to success later. I'm going to repeat that. Your investment in time will lead to success later, which was so fitting. I looked at the heavens, I smiled, I giggled, I tucked it away in my pocket because I was going to go into that startup summit pro bono. I wasn't getting paid for this. And I was to speak and inspire young entrepreneurial minds that you've got to fail first to succeed. And I shared that message with them and then would spend the next 3 hours of that day mentoring students because I loved it. Not because I was getting paid for it, but because I loved it. And I was hooked. I was addicted. I started trying to find out, how could I do more of this? And I started to stalk the director of the program and ask her, how do I get more involved? What do I do? How do I do this? And she said, well, you could be an entrepreneurial expert. And I signed right up. Months later, I met Tom Gammon in the room, and he was telling me about the Venture Mentor program. And again, it was like the heavens opened up. I'm meeting Tom in a random place. And I ended up getting in the program because of his recommendation. And now I mentor at ASU these very startups that I wanted to be around in the first place. So there was a post on LinkedIn not too long ago, and it got me thinking. It was from Zach over at Coplex. Some of you might know him. And he talked about, why aren't there more people who are successful now mentoring college students? And it was just this flood of responses of so many business coaches and consultants. And you know what they said? They said, I'm over it. There's no money in that. You don't work with startups. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm the unconventional one that does. that believes in them, that meets them where they're at, because, hey, sometimes you need someone to believe in you more than you believe in yourself, and you just start. You find someone that believes in you, and you carry them through with where they're at. I was so excited. I went to my coach, I went to everybody, and I'm like, I'm gonna work with startups. This is so exciting. And you know what they told me? No, you're not. Absolutely not. There's no money in startups. You don't work with startups. You go for the people who can afford to pay you what you're worth. And you know what I said? Hell no. I'm gonna do what I set out to do. I'm gonna work with startups. I'm gonna change this whole dynamics, and I'm gonna meet people where they're at. So anyway, I am a startup business mentor, and I love working with startups. So if you're a startup, I would love to meet you. Tisha Marie Enterprises for a free complimentary session. Thank you.